Hey guys, it's Vanessa. I'm here to do a video as promised on this company, Cora. And Cora is a company that reached out to me and they make organic tampons. So if you watched my last video, the live video, you will have seen that I mentioned that originally I was a little unsure if I wanted to accept this only because I feel like I've never, not as a general rule, I guess, I just have never talked about this topic on my channel. And I always feel like I hate that feeling of like, you're watching someone and it feels disingenuous, like all of a sudden they care about a topic because they got something for free. So that's why I was kind of like, should I talk about this or not? But considering that this channel mainly focuses on beauty, that is something that obviously mostly women are into. And as a woman, I think the older I get, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me, the older you get, the more you're just a little more conscious and aware of like women issues and, you know, things that are like maybe not the best practices, that sort of stuff. So it's something that I have been wanting to do, is kind of clean up the products that I use in my personal care. So I felt like this was like a good step and a good sign to go that route. So I don't know where to start here. I guess I'll start with a little bit about Cora. So they're basically, like I said, they're a company. They are like, they sort of have a 1-for-1 model. And basically their whole thing is like sexy tampons is kind of like how they frame it, but it's just like a really beautiful grown-up packaging. I'll show you the packaging. So it comes in this box, and then it has this really cute, it's going to be in verse so you can't see it, but it says, "Welcome to the future of women, #fearless period," and then @Cora women, which I suggest you follow. But you can see the packaging already is so completely different from your usual like plastic bright colored period stuff that we are used to seeing. So it comes with this little guide and kind of tells you about what is in the kit and a little bit about the company. So in this kit is supposed to come a box of tampons, a little black box, which is super cute, and this is intended to kind of sit on your toilet or like in your bathroom somewhere, and then you store your tampons in there. You can keep them in the box that they come in, or you can take them out the box and just kind of put them in this really cute box. And then this is just an extra box of tampons that comes with it. And then there's also, I'll show you the actual tampon so you can kind of see the wrapping. And then it also comes with these cute little bullets that are intended for you to like share with your friend. But I really like these as well because it's just like a cool, like discreet way to carry them in your bag on the night out or something like that. And not that like being discreet is like such a big deal to me. Like there should be no shame in your period. It's not, to me, when I first thought about this concept, I was thinking that like, you know, people are always like so taboo about like, I don't want people to know. It's not about caring, but to me, it's more about like, I'm 35 years old and I like things to look like they're for adults. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times period products, like I brought stuff to compare, like pads and then tampons. They're like made in these bright, funky colors that are like, it's so geared towards like young girls and like your first period and that kind of time in your life, that they don't really evolve with you. Like this feels almost juvenile to carry in your purse versus something like this, which is what I'd probably as a 35-year-old woman carry in my purse. And I'm not even the most mature of 35-year-old women, let me tell you. But anyways, that's why I love these. And then it's also supposed to come, but mine did not come, with this cute little black, it's called the black clutch, and it's like this little like leatherette pouch, and you can carry I think it carries 3 tampons in at a time, which is really cute because I know like at work I just have like a giant pouch that I just take into the bathroom with me. And you know, like I said, being discreet is not that big a deal, but for some people it is, and that's like their own issue. I don't want to like judge anyone for how you feel about your body, so whatevs, but you really shouldn't be ashamed. But anyway, so it's just a cool thing that it's like this grown, sexy, cool way to carry, you know, your supplies. As far as I know, they only do tampons right now. I really wish that they did pads because I personally prefer using pads, even though I use both during my time of the month. The other really cool thing about these is that when you purchase them, they donate period supplies to girls in countries where they don't have them. A lot of girls have to miss school. Like they'll miss school for like weeks at a time every month when they have their period because they can't go to school because they don't have the proper protection and that sort of thing. And, you know, education we hear everywhere is so important, especially for women. And it just sucks that these girls who are willing and wanting to learn in these countries where education is like their most powerful tool, and they're missing so much school and, you know, in turn being left behind because of something that is a natural part of their body. And that is just so fucked up and shady. So I love that they do that as well. Another thing to note about this is you could just buy the tampons. They sell them on Target.com. I'm not sure if they sell them at Target. I've never seen them in a Target store, but I have seen them on the website. So you could just buy a box as you need them, or you can sign up. They have like subscription services. And the cool thing about that is you can kind of customize it. So for example, they sent me like 2 boxes, super and regular. And for a lot of girls, you're not going to be just one flow your whole period, like your whole cycle. So it's cool that you have that option where they let you tailor it so you can get like half regular, half super, all regular. And it kind of, you know, helps you manage your flow, if you will. So I want to get into showing the actual product for you. And I also just brought this tampon. I don't even know what brand this is, but whatever. I think it's Kotex maybe. A tampon just to compare the tampon. So these are both supers. Hold them up right here. So this is the Cora one. Obviously, again, the packaging, I just like this as an adult. This to me is like up my alley. And this, like, even though I look at my nails, look at my life, I like bright colors, but I don't know. I feel like the older I am, I don't want like so much obnoxiousness at all times. Like this is pretty obnoxious. This is nice and discreet. This one claims to have like a discreet sounding wrapper, but to be honest, I would say that it is equally as loud as this competitor, if not about the same. Again, not really a big deal to me. I'm actually going to waste one of these just so we can do a comparison here, because what's the point of watching a video if you don't got the facts? Am I right? So also the cool thing about these is that they supposedly have a helix design, I think for more comfort and less leaks. So if you see them side by side, you kind of have this. There we go. This is what they look like side by side. So this one is a little bit wider, but to be honest, I've obviously used both of these. Super comfortable to apply. Like even the super, which normally I have so many supers because there's only like 1 or 2 days that I really need them. But I personally, the reason I prefer using pads is tampons give me crazy cramps. Like I just get cramps and it hurts and it's uncomfortable. And to me, it's more of a hassle because you can't sleep in it. You have to be a little bit more mindful. You normally, I mean, not everyone, but I know a lot of people, I do. You have to end up wearing like a low absorbency pad with your tampon anyways. So it almost seems pointless. I only really use them when I really need to, depending, you know, outfit situations or times of need. But yeah, so when I first saw this, I was like, oh my God, this looks so much bigger than this. I was like, what, you know, what was the point? But honestly, this goes in so comfortably, and I'm not lying. This is like the only time that I've used tampons, a super tampon at that, and I had no cramps from it. I felt no discomfort, and it was super duper comfortable, like no big deal. I even slept in one of them just to test it, and it was totally fine. And so because this is organic cotton, and I'm pretty sure I read that this is like BPA free, which I'll get into that a little bit later. And because of the design of it and all that jazz, there's no, you know, risk of toxic shock syndrome with these. Versus with this one, even though a lot of people are like, oh, it's not a myth, but people are just like, oh, it's one in few chances. I've actually heard of a lot of stories of it. So, you know, you don't want to take the risk. You definitely don't want to sleep in one of these guys. But since this is so much better for you, it is organic and there's no weird chemicals. Like when you think about it, I have like a bleach allergy. So why am I like shoving bleached cotton in me? That makes no sense whatsoever. So this guy's not that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is, I want to take this out so I can show you versus this guy. I felt super comfortable. I guess I have to push up. Okay. I felt super comfortable with it. It honestly, I did have some leakage, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but I was really impressed. So if you do get these and you see the size and you're kind of used to something a little more tapered and manufactured, don't be fooled. So when you see them, you can kind of see the way this guy has like ridges in it. And that's really helps with the absorbency of it, where this one isn't ridged right away. I would say though that like this having this little braided strip does help a little bit more than this guy, where this the braid right at the bottom is just as thin as, you know, the rest of it. That I think is kind of the contributing factor of why this one does have more leaks than this guy. But to be honest, to me, it wasn't like anything major. When I slept in it, that was kind of an issue, but I probably shouldn't have slept in it anyways. It wasn't that bad of an issue, and I didn't mind it because I felt like, how do I explain it? Sometimes with like natural products, like if they fail a little bit, I feel like, okay, because that's a little bit more natural than things that last like 2 days and like 1,000 hours. And does that make sense? Like, it's kind of like fruit. Like when you buy like a more organic fruit and it goes bad really quick versus like an apple that you've had for like 8 months and you're like, this still is perfect and crisp. And it makes you question like, why is this apple perfect and crisp? And then the other one that I bought organic, like, was bad in 5 days. So it's kind of like that where this, when it failed a little bit, I'm like, okay, it's natural cotton. It's not been treated in any way. It can only absorb so much. Time to switch it. No big deal. But yeah, like honestly, so comfortable. I love it. I love these little capsules. Like I just loved having them in my purse. A lot of times when I go out at night, I just like having this little clutch. I think that that's, or this in a clutch. I think that that's so like perfection. I love it. A lot of times you'll go out and like people like check your bag. I don't care, but I've noticed that like security guards, like when they go through your bag and they see this, they're just like they get weird about it. Which, side note, a pro to these is that if I am sneaking in stuff that I shouldn't, like maybe a little flask or something, I'll hide it under feminine products, because normally male security guards get weird and then they just stop searching once they see that you have feminine products. I know. But anyways, like I just like this. I like opening my bag and everything looking sleek. Bomb. I also really love this box. I just think it's so cute and it's multi-purpose. Like if, you know, you end up buying this and it doesn't work out or something, you still have this box. It's great for storage. It's really nice. It looks good. And I think a lot now, especially as I was saying, like this being geared to a little bit older of a person, you might be, you know, investing in your apartment, or you're buying a house and you know, design it so beautifully. And it's like when you invest money in your space and you want every little thing to look good, ta-da! Obviously, I don't give a shit about that because my house is a hot mess. But I feel like I know a lot of people who like are very about aesthetics, and I feel like this is just like, you need to have it. So why just have like it hidden and, you know, sat in a little corner? You could just fearlessly have this on your toilet and, you know, nobody would know anything else. It's just very cute and sleek, and I love that about it. So that is kind of my overall spiel. I really feel like I really wish that they did pads, because like I said, I would love sleeker pad options, and this is my #1 choice when it is the time of the month. But I found their tampons to be super comfortable, no discomfort in my body, which to me made me really question, like when I use these, why does it hurt so much? Like almost immediately. So I really think that if you are someone who wants to go a little bit more in the natural path, which, you know, can never hurt, and you maybe are currently like too afraid to do like the menstrual cups or the reusable tampons or pads, like that might be a little too extreme for you right now, this is a great middle step. I think if you are someone who, even if that's not a top concern for you, but you're just like I said, like you're, you know, this feels juvenile and it seems stupid to think about like, it's just pads, what does it matter? But, you know, aesthetics are big right now. That's why the gram is hot. So if you're somebody who just wants something a little more grown and sexy, I also really recommend this. I will put all the information down below on where to get it. I really recommend them. I love them. Like I said, first tampon I've used it, I felt like no discomfort, and I could use them all day. So check out Cora. Let me know down below your thoughts on this. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.